leveraging technology for inclusive growth, whether it was through Aadhaar, which gave a digital identity to 1 billion plus people. And you have similar issues in many countries in Africa. And what Aadhaar did was it made accessing social services, it brought in financial inclusion at a scale and pace which completely transformed how it was done earlier in India. UPI ensured, and today India has almost 50% of global real-time digital payments. And that has ensured that the financial inclusion is happening at a pace which we haven't seen. India is now entering into partnerships and opportunities with other countries in Africa like Mauritius, Ghana, Namibia in launching UPI. And likewise, as the stack has been developed and it's been which allows a lot of flexibility, much lower cost. Areas like CoWIN, which is for distribution of vaccine, Diksha, which is for providing education to the millions of people, ONDC, which helps in creating the own digital ecosystem. Platforms like this that have been built in India and many others have massive replicability in Africa. And this is being done both through government-to-government relationships as well as very deep involvement of private sector. The second area which I thought is very important is the area of healthcare and education. As it is in pharmaceuticals, in healthcare today, India is providing high-quality generic drugs, vaccinations, at affordable costs right through Africa. In fact, we have the Pan-Africa e-network project, which is satellite-enabled tele-education, telemedicine, both for African hospitals and educational institutions, where experts from India are providing that insights, inputs across the world, across the continent of Africa. And if we can develop the PPP model more effectively, today the speed at which healthcare can grow in Africa, whether it's the large multi-speciality hospitals or it's the small clinics, I think that in itself will create much greater opportunity for creating shared values between India and Africa. The other thing, that the third area where I think there is a great opportunity for cooperation is in the area of infrastructure. India, historically, as I said, very strong relationships, but as compared to a few other countries, we have been slow in moving actively in building out infrastructure in Africa. India has had great experience. India has doubled their port capacity in the last 10 years from 1,400 metric tons per annum to almost 3,000 metric tons per annum. Airports have increased from 75 airports to more than 150, 160 airports. Likewise, railway electrification has almost multiplied by 3 to 4 times in the last 10 years. The same infrastructure, if India can ensure that they can leverage the same infrastructure across Africa, participate again in public-private partnerships, and we are seeing some examples of that, and some examples of that have been very effective. That in itself creates a great way of creating much stronger partnership between India and Africa, and in a way that is value accretive to both sides.
I believe that the esteemed dignitaries, business community members, and the scholars participating in this 3-day event will deliberate upon various subjects of mutual interest, whether it is building strong financial partnerships, infrastructure transformation, cooperation in healthcare, pharmaceuticals, energy, defense and capacity building, and also fostering value chains in agriculture and the food processing sectors. This year, we are celebrating the 20th edition of the CII India-Africa Business Conclave. I thank the Confederation of Indian Industry for meticulously organizing the conclave since its inception. I am confident that this edition too would contribute to the achievements of the past years in strengthening our bilateral trade and investments. This event will help to boost further the momentum attained in the economic and commercial relations between India and Africa. India and Africa have long-standing historic trade and economic linkages which go back to the millennia. During the 20th century, India supported African countries in their quest to attain independence and to fight against colonialism, and also apartheid. African countries continue to play a very important role in our India's foreign policy. During the last decade, there have been unprecedented engagements with the continent, with over 40 high-level visits from India and more than 100 high-level visits from Africa. Belonging to the Global South, we put emphasis on Africa's rightful place at the global high table. India took the decision to keep the Global South at the center of global discourse during our G20 presidency. Our idea was to take steps towards the realization of the aspirations of Africa and not just the needs of Africa. And we are proud that the African Union became a permanent member of the G20 during our presidency. India believes in the development partnership with Africa based on the needs and the priorities of their people. Our development partnership with Africa officially commenced during the first India-Africa Forum Summit in 2008. Being a trusted partner of Africa in the journey of socio-economic development, India has extended concessional loans of over $12.37 million US. Under these loans, we have completed 200 projects. 65 projects are currently under execution, and 81 projects are under the pre-execution stage. Since 2015, India has extended over USD 700 million grant assistance to African countries for important projects. Our developmental projects in various sectors such as drinking water schemes, irrigation, rural solar electrification, power plants, transmission lines, cement, sugar and textile factories, technology parks, railway infrastructure have generated local employment and have also helped in the economic upliftment of the local.
The 20th India-Africa Business Conclave is being held under the befitting theme, Synergies Towards Co-Creating a Shared Future. This indicates that the conclave is more than an event. It is a convergence of ambition, capital, technology, and trust between the global South's two most dynamic regions. Africa offers the world more than just resources. We bring markets, talent, and innovation. Our continent is home to the fastest growing population and some of the youngest, most dynamic minds in the world. By 2050, Africa will house over 2.5 billion people, driving consumer demand, industrialization, and infrastructure development on an unprecedented scale. On the other hand, India, through her vision, aims to attain developed nation status by the year 2047. Africa remains an advantage as one, the world at large is embattled with geopolitical issues, trade and tariff war, protectionism, and climate change issues, while we focus on economic advancement. To our mineral wealth, platinum, lithium, gold, chrome, and diamonds positions us as a critical player in the global supply chain for green technologies and advanced manufacturing. Rare species of diamonds have actually been proven to originate from Africa. And 3, our fertile soils and favorable climate makes us a natural partner in agriculture and food processing. The list is certainly endless, but such are the natural resource endowments of our beloved continent. Zimbabwe stands here today as a ready and reliable partner. We are strategically positioned at the heart of the Southern Africa, providing access to a market of over 300 million consumers through the Southern African Development Community and 640 million under the Common Market for East and Southern Africa, COMESA, as well as duty-free trade opportunities under the African Continental Free Trade Area. As we aim to achieve upper middle income economy status by 2030, Zimbabwe offers vast opportunities in 1, mining and value addition, particularly in lithium for electric vehicles and renewable energy storage. 2, agriculture and food processing, combining Indian technology with the Zimbabwean land to secure regional food security.